After you have already created your model as well as texture and shading, the next phase before we are going to render it out or start animating, we are going to create a video called pre-visualization. The idea of the pre-visualization is a short animated video in order to test out if your idea is work in the 3D world. And these are things that you have to consider in pre-visualization. Pre-visualization will focus on the technical aspect of your computer animation. We are no longer going to test about the pace of your video sequence, but we are going to test out if your camera angle is work in the 3D world, your effect is work, or other technical details. And then you can try them out before you render the pre-visualization out. For example, you can test out one shot, for example, the close-up shot, if it's really have a nice result in the 3D world, or you can make change into the longer shot, or you can try to change the camera angle to try the best one and select it for the blocking for your final animation. There are multiple things that you can test using pre-visualization, which I list on the screen. So, for example, you can test the shot sequence. Even if you have your animatic, but somehow in computer animation, because you are changing from the 2D space into the 3D, somehow you would like to change the sequence out a little bit and you can continue the editing. Not only the shot sequence, you can test out other things. For example, the position of the objects inside the 3D space. Where are you going to place? Are you going to change or move it a little bit to get the better result? Or the composition of a shot. For example, you can have multiple objects, multiple layouts together. Then you can also test the camera angles because you can have multiple angles. Some angle will be nicer, and you know that in the 3D world you can always rotate the camera around to find the best one, right? Not only that, we can also use the pre-visualization to test out the possible special effects like this kind of lighting, the light emission, or even other kind of special effects, for example, the collision. Then, before we go further, let's see what are the use of the pre-visualization. There are multiple use of pre-visualization, and yes, the first one is you can use it to do the pre-visualization to test out if the setting that you plan really work in the 3D space for the computer animation. But at the same time, people in the movie industry as well as the advertisement, they also use the pre-visualization to test out in the 3D space if their special effects or their planning really work out before they start shooting. And then let's see some example of those pre-visualization as well as the rigging concept in Blender.